Hey, Dabo, it's Chapel with the state. I know you said on Tuesday it was going to be a big week for Peter Woods availability-wise. How much has he been able to participate in any change in his status heading into Florida State right now?
Yeah, he's practiced every day and, gotten better every day. So his status is still day to day and, making a lot of progress.
And how about Antonio Williams? Same thing for him?
Yeah, he's good to go.
Gotcha. And TJ Moore shared on social media a few hours ago kind of a GoFundMe talking about the situation his family's in. Have you been able to talk with him about that and kind of just thoughts on what they're going through and how fans can?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I saw his parents, this weekend, so obviously we've known since last week. They were all up here. I think they came up here on Wednesday night or Thursday, so they were here, thankfully, and not at home. But yeah, it's a total loss, devastation, and so hopefully people will help and support them as they try to start over. It was a devastating storm to so many people, and but they've got a great spirit, and saw his mom at the Tiger Walk and was just trying to give her a hug and pick her up, and she picked me up. She was just like, listen, it's all good. We're grateful, and what an amazing spirit that they have as a family, and so I know that they'll push through it.
Hey Dabo, this is Darian Carter with the Greenville News. A lot of players today kind of mentioned how the tablets on the sidelines kind of helped them throughout games this season. I guess from your perspective, how useful has that been for the players to see film and go back and kind of adjust to play later?
It's a game changer. There's a lot of truth telling going on the sideline. That's for sure, because you can see it. And it's not just pictures. You got actual video. So that's never in my lifetime has that been the case. So it's a game changer. Not just for us, but for everybody, because you can see the issues in real time. So it's been great.
Dabo, this is Larry. Continuing on that theme, does it change the game of halftime adjustments and coaches being able to adjust more than maybe before, just being able to use that technology at halftime? Yeah,
you still use the tablet, so it's not like you can project it on some big screen or something. It's still just the tablets. But absolutely. You have video, so we've never had that before. It's always been. And the kids are visual, right? When they can see it, sometimes they get it better than just when they hear it. So it's been a definite game changer. It creates a lot, like I said, a lot of accountability, and it's both sides. So you can truly know what's going on in real time.
Hey Dabo, this is Grayson Man with TigerNet. Just to jump off of Chapel's question about TJ Moore and that GoFundMe that was started, it looks like TJ Parker and Peter Woods have donated some of their own money to that fund. Just what do you think that continues to show about the closeness of this team that's been advertised throughout fall camp and now?
It's just another validation of it, and everybody can support that. So we're all trying to come alongside that family and as a Clemson family, and help them, and hopefully Clemson family outside of this building will help as well. But I just think that's again, great leadership on their part, and just the servant leadership that we have on this team.
Dabo, how has Adam Randall progressed since he had his surgery?
Amazing, I said something the other day, we need to take his blood and send it off to a lab and just study him. He's unbelievable. How his body responds to whatever it is, how he's had lots of injuries, but how his body responds to things and heals is amazing. He's amazing, he really is. So he's making a lot of great progress.
Is he Let me guess, day to day?
Yeah, day to day. He's day to day.
Hey, Dabo Chappell again. I think this is y'all's latest true road opener since maybe your first year, the year you became interim. Just with the travel roster, could you refresh us on how that works for conference road games and what it's like kind of figuring that out so late into the season versus so early in recent years?
Say that again now. It's our first true road opener. What was it?
Latest in the season.
Oh, it's our latest. Okay. Really? It's the latest since 08? 08, Forrest, 08. Wow. Okay, well, I didn't know that, but what was the question?
Yeah, just what it's like kind of putting together your travel roster that's obviously limited in terms of in bring and what it's like doing that so late in the year.
Yeah, I got you. Well, honestly, it's a blessing. I got your question now. It's a blessing because, we've had all of camp and, these first, the Georgia game, we could travel as many guys as we want, non-conference. Obviously, you got 3 home games. You can dress everybody. And so that gives you camp and it gives you 4 games to kind of figure your roster out on guys that you're going to try to maximize their 4 games. Some guys for sure you're redshirt, and others you're trying to save them as long as you can and play them at the end of the year, kind of like we did with Cole Turner a couple years ago, like we did with Skowski that one year. So it's a blessing because you don't have to. You just got more time to kind of figure all that stuff out. And then there's always injuries and things like that, that happen, in the first part of the season. So, because you can only take 80. So it's there's a lot of guys that you have to make decisions on.
Hey, Dabo, this is Grayson again. You mentioned Tuesday about just the limited tape that's out there on Brock Glenn. I'm just curious if you had the chance to dive into it more and just what does he pose compared to DJ and with that Florida State offense?
I mean, I think they're going to do what they do. We've got 2, really full games to study him and watch him, and for sure, and see a little bit of good amount of tape on him. But I mean, I think you just prepare for what they do. I mean, he's a good runner. He can throw the ball. They're not going to ask him to do anything different. Only thing I could say is maybe they may do a little bit of wildcat like you saw in the ACC championship game. Maybe that's a little bit, some little extra that we prepare for. But I mean, they're going to run their offense. I mean, that's why he's there. I mean, they recruited him there to be they obviously loved him as a player, and they've been growing him and developing him, and he's got some experience. So I'm sure they have all the confidence in the world in him.
Yeah, but can you give me a progress report on Tavoy and Corey? And I guess Corey was hurt recently, or
yeah, he just got back. He hasn't practiced in probably 3 weeks, so he's actually just got back to practice this week. And he actually, in fact, I told him today, I was like, man, it's good that he hasn't been healthy. So it's good he's had a couple of pretty good days. So he's just working his way back into practice because he hadn't practiced in a while. Tavoy, we're trying to redshirt and hold. So both those guys are, really good young talents.